Happy Friday, everyone. I'm out in Lawrence, Kansas. I was here for a geocaching event. We're here cleaning up a park. I happened to grab by this, and it looks very interesting. So I thought I'd go in and take a look around and maybe share it with you. And of course, we start off with an owlbear head. They had quite the collection of minis, tabletop games. This is their role-playing section, lots of D&D, vampire, just a ton of things, like all the different intellectual properties. Here they have some things that are for building your playset, for, RPG adventures. Just a whole bunch of backstock, too. Some dragons, some larger minis there, Warhammer, bones, all kinds of stuff. I mean, just a great location if you're into that. Some dice bags there are really cool. Some plushies. Got a beholder there, smaller owlbear. And, I think we're starting to get into some of the board game tabletop stuff here. It was Rick and Morty. I own some of these. Those Legend games, I really like those. Great selection, a diversity, what do we got here? Oh, yeah, that's good stuff, too. I think at my house I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 460 games, but these guys put me to shame, obviously. They're a board game store. Azul, I was just talking to somebody about that one. A lot of good stuff on the horizon here, and I think they've done a good job of kind of speaking to all the different nerd factions out there. And, I recently played Galaxy Trucker. I've had that one in the shrink wrap for years and finally got it on the table. And they just had, like this, just folding tables of just backstock everywhere. Dixit, that's a good game. It's a good intro game to get people into, more complicated games. Not that it's complicated, but it's better. What else we got here? They are just stocked up, man. There must be tens of thousands of dollars, just horrified, of things just on these tables. It's amazing how pricey board games can get this day. I tell people we're living in the board game golden age. Oh, yeah, here we go. Gundam, and all kinds of really neat. There's Magikarp. I'm going to build myself a Magikarp model. Mega Man there. I have a friend who's really into the Gundam. He's got so many of those, and they are incredibly intricate. I don't know who designs all these, but props to them. They must have an engineering degree and a crazy good imagination. Some of the larger ones here, I don't remember all the prices on these, but I think they were well over $100 for some of these. That is a very large box. I love it. Some of the smaller games, more like party style, kids games, those kinds of things here. We've got a huge section of those at our house. Patchwork, that's a good 2-player game. Play that with my daughter. The game. Flux, gotta love them. I think we have at least a dozen Flux versions. See a Munchkin sign peeking out of the back there. Not so into the Steve Jackson games personally, but I know he has a big following. I love legacy games, although Pandemic's not my favorite there. See Warcraft Through the Ages, that's a good game. Smartphone, this one interests me. I like these kind of like economy games where they take like an industry and break it into a board game. I think it's a really great way of learning how something works and making it fun. Over here we're starting to get into the retro board. Ooh, Scythe, that was a good one. NES games. I owned an NES as a kid. I think I was 9 years old. We had about a dozen games. Before that, we had an Atari, which you'll see here in just a minute. And they had, hundreds of Atari games. Quite a good selection here. The NES is becoming collectible again. I have an emulator, so I can play 900-ish NES games at home that a buddy made for me. But, there's something about the tangible feel of those. DSi, my kids had DSIs. And, Kaneko version. Color Vision, yeah. Never had a Game Boy. My parents never forked over the money for that. But, man, there's all kinds of video game options here. If you are into that kind of thing, they have probably got it where they can get it for you. And, of course, obligatory DVDs. Do people still buy DVDs? I mean, I have some, but they're all kind of left over. There's a Wii. Played on our Nintendo Wii for a while. But I pretty much stream everything nowadays. Or I've got, saved to like a Voodoo cloud or something like that. And more DVDs. It's funny, there was like people all over the store, but really not a lot of people in this DVD section. It kind of had free reign there. And here we go with some more models. Some busts and whatnot. Emphasis on the bust in a couple of these. I've got a collection of like Marvel and Star Wars things. These are more the anime style. Definitely some interest there. Some of these might be more on the adult end of the spectrum. But, popular stuff. There's One Punch Man. He's pretty cool. My son's got some of these things, and I just don't know what I guess I know what the drive is, but let's talk more about, here we go. No, these are also, there we go. So, all kinds of anime international properties there. Somebody doing the superhero jump there, landing on one knee. That's lady has large tracts of land. I think there was some Dragon Ball Z in there too. Okay, so here's the Pops. We went to the Pop store in California. That was really cool. I highly recommend that. Okay, that was weird. Lady poking around the corner there. Hi. So you got boxes. Those are puzzles. The Office. I'm big fan of The Office, so those are pretty cool. These are a Funko product. And I don't have a lot of Pops, but that would be one I'd be interested in collecting. I see gummy bears, some Captain Crunch and whatnot. Galacticus, that's pretty cool. Some of the larger ones here. Got, all right, so some NBA stuff. Oh, Patrick Mahomes. That's cool. Yep. Disney, all kinds of things. It's incredible to me how many different Pops there are out there. I've seen people go into a store and walk out with like 30 of them, and it's just a drop in the bucket for their collection. I think, I collect cards, obviously. Cards are small, but these things take up a lot of space. Don't get me wrong, they're neat. I mean, there's Boba Fett. A lot of things that I like, but I gotta be real careful, otherwise take up all the space. Okay, so here's some minis. These are cool. Some of these are pre-painted. Actually, these may all be pre-painted. Coming from the factory. I like the ones that have been hand-painted by somebody. I used to do a lot as a kid. This would be amazing to have. If you played D&D or any type of like Hero Clicks or Hero Escape, those kind of mini things, just to have this version. There's some unpainted ones. And here we are with some cards, collectible cards. Lots of Pokemon. It is incredible how popular Pokemon has gotten. I remember as a kid playing Magic, thinking the Pokemon people were kind of weird, but Pokemon has really got up in money. They obviously have some Magic products here too. Let's go over here and take a look at the sports cards. Some of the higher end products. I checked some of the prices out. I'd say they're a little on the more expensive end, but really it's just more expensive products than I'm willing to pay. I see some Topps series there. I've already got some of those though. So this is something that interests me. There's a lot of weirder games, or weirder maybe not be there, less popular, less known games. So there's some anime stuff, top loaders, you can never have enough of those. And they got a kiosk for ordering cards, which is pretty cool. Well, there you have it, guys. A Nerder's Paradise. They've got tabletop gaming, collectibles of all kinds, from Pops and minis, dice, cards, Magic, Vanguard, Blood and War, Pokemon, all kinds of stuff. A wonderful cross-section of things. I would be very broke if I lived near here, including sports cards and video games, all kinds of stuff. I ended up picking up some of these cards for this collectible card game that uses intellectual properties from various animes. I'm not big into anime myself, but interested to give it a shot. And my son likes these. I know he definitely likes at least 2 of these. So if it ends up not working out, I know somebody I can give them to who will appreciate them. But we'll get those opened up. And otherwise, thanks for watching, guys.